Okay. Hey guys, Frank here from Preston, Melbourne, Australia. This is only my second video, so bear with me. I don't know how to edit, so I'm just going to do it all in one hit. And anyway, so let's go. Yeah, first of all, thanks, pretty pretty green vinyl guy, Edwin, for starting this all off. Yeah, good set of questions, and yeah, I'll give it a shot. All right. Well, so let's start. What is the best purchase, new or old, to this year? Okay, well, I got I bought these all in one hit off someone, and it's six albums here, and they're the Soul Jazz Records. Soul Jazz Records, yeah. So yeah, awesome stuff. So you got the hundred percent dynamite, 200% dynamite, 300% dynamite, 400% dynamite, 500% dynamite, and 600% dynamite. Yeah, there's only six of them, and just, on that brilliant label, Soul Jazz. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Yeah, all reggae. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, 50 years. 50-year anniversary of an album. So, well, I think this is close to probably one of his best, but I'd have to go for this. On the Beach, Neil Young. You know, Ditch trilogy. It's Ditch trilogy. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. You can't beat it. So yeah, it's close to one of my favourite albums of his. Just every song on it is brilliant. Yep, awesome. There we go. That's Neil. All right, an album that defines a genre. Oh well, I've gone for this guy, R. Stevie Moore. You know, he is a multi instrumentalist. He'd be about 72 now. He started from 1968, and his genre is basically DIY music. He was known as the godfather of home recordings, and he recorded up to about 400 albums. Mainly on cassettes, and that's how he sold it. Just trading cassettes, selling them on. Yeah, so yeah, brilliant stuff, and it's really good music. Really, really good music. Check him out. Have a look at YouTube. There's some really good docos. He's pretty funny, very eccentric guy. Yeah, R. Stevie Moore. Okay, next one. Best local band. Well, yeah, I'm here in Melbourne. Melbourne, Preston. And these guys are from up my part of town as well, but I'd have to say this is my favourite band from my country, and that's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. These guys are just unbelievable. So good. Psych, garage. They delve in a little bit of jazz here and there, electronic, country, acoustic, everything. They've released 26 albums, and they've been around since 2012. Awesome live. Seen them a number of times, and yeah, check them out. Check them out. They are really, really good. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. All right. An artist that you dearly missed. Well, I'd have to go for this guy, Zappa. Yeah, yeah, pretty much got all his stuff. He died in 1993 from prostate cancer. And in my opinion, he is probably, well, not probably, he is my favourite guitarist. Just unbelievable. The maestro. He is so good. Released 62 albums when he was alive, and then there's been 67 posthumous albums, and they just all brilliant. So yeah, he's the one I miss. Yep, there you go. Best live album. Well, I've had to go for this one. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Here, the guitar players he's got on here, Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner, just brilliant. The intro into Sweet Jane, the first song. Oh, you just can't beat it. It's such a good record. The band's brilliant. Mainly all Velvet Underground songs he does on this album, and yeah, I'd say this would be up there with my favourite live album. Okay. If your partner dumped you, what would you be putting on? Well, this is my favourite album by this artist as well, and Swordfish Trombone. Um, just a killer album, but there is a sense of sadness to it. I don't know, just, you got things like Soldiers Things and Gin Soaked Boy, Town with No Cheer. Yeah, they just have a sort of bit of a somber feel, but it is such a good album. Such a good album. Yeah, Swordfish Trombone. Okay. Best sounding drums. Well, I don't know. I'd have to go, I'd have to go Bonham. Even though, yeah, there's others, Ainsley Dunbar, Neil Peart, Keith Moon, but I'd have to go Bonham. Have to go to Bonham. And I'd say my favourite Zeppelin album is Houses of the Holy, and there's some brilliant drumming on this. Brilliant. I just keep on thinking of Jacob Maker, the beginning of it, or the Ocean, the grunge, yeah. It just, brilliant, great stuff. Released in 1973, their fifth album, great, awesome. Okay. Favourite artist who is a member of two bands? Well, I've got all of the albums by this mob. Butthole Surfers. This, once again, another classic album of theirs. But the lead singer, Gibby Haynes, he was also in another band called P. There you go, P. It's basically a four-piece band, and in the band he had Johnny Depp playing as well. And yeah, this is a really good record. It's yeah, got some great tracks. They do a great Daniel Johnston cover on here. They do an ABBA cover on here. The single off it was called Michael Stipe. Great song. And these guys, P, they were actually playing in 93. They were playing, this is released in 95, but they were playing in 93 at Johnny Depp's nightclub when River Phoenix actually died. They were actually playing on the night, Flea was on bass with them as well. And yeah, great album. So yeah, P. All right. Beatles or Stones? Well, all up, the Beatles discography, or the UK discography, is about 12 albums, and the Stones are about 31. So, and I've got all of them. I've got both discographies of both bands, Stones and Beatles. So I thought I'd put all the albums together that they've released, and I'll pick my top 5 of all the albums. So there'd be 12 plus 31, 43 albums. So, okay, at number 5, I would have this, Sticky Fingers. Number 4, I'd have this, Some Girls. At number 3, I'd have this, Exile on Main Street. 2, I'd have this one, Let It Bleed. And number 1, Beggar's Banquet. So yeah, so clearly for me, the Stones win, yeah, so the answer is the Stones. Okay, if you had a bag of weed, or found a bag of weed, what album would you put on? Well, firstly, I thought I'd put this on. Great Plain Sounds. They've got classic tracks on here like US Dive Bomber over Korea, Lancaster Bomber, Battle of Britain, London Airport, and French Caravel. Great, but I thought, oh man, if I'm off my face with this bag of weed I found, it's going to be a hassle just constantly changing the single over. So I thought I'll put this aside and I'll get an album instead, and a double album as well. And what better than Wild Man Fisher, An Evening with Wild Man Fisher, perfect for that for the scenario that you'd be in. Yeah, brilliant, man. Great. Zappa produced. You know, Monkey versus Donkey, Merry-Go-Round. Oh, classics. Anyway, yeah, and here he is, yeah, and his mum as well. So yeah, great stuff. Wild Man Fisher. All right, an album that you still listen to from the 1980s. Well, yeah, the 1980s. Yeah, I'm more a 90s person. 80s, you know, oh god, there's a lot. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but an album I still listen to, and I still reckon it's a killer, would have to be Jane's Addiction. Nothing shocking. You know, what more can you say? What more can you say? Just from go to woe, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There, yeah. Jane's Addiction. Nothing shocking. All right, an artist whose political stance has soured you. Okay, well, here, I've got this guy here, Buffalo Springfield, you know, Neil Young, Stephen Stills, but there's another member on here called Richard Furay, or Fury. He was also in a band called Poco. This guy, yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook. It's basically masochism because, you know, the guy is just unbelievable, you know. He loves the Orange Man, and he is just constantly just putting up scriptures and religious stuff and that, you know. You wouldn't believe that he was a hippie once from the 60s, you know, the way and the stuff he writes now. So, yeah, Richie Furay, or Fury, or whatever, yeah, from Buffalo Springsteen. I can't see that they'd ever reform again because I can't imagine Neil or Stephen Stills would want to have anything to do with him. But anyway, that's them. That's that. Favourite label? Well, I've gone for a Melbourne label, and it's Flightless. Flightless. You know, they've been around since 2012, and they sort of coincided with King Gizzard. You know, King Gizzard's released about their first 18 albums, I think, with them. And yeah, these guys have just put out so much good stuff, you know, with all local bands, Melbourne bands, or not Melbourne bands, but Australian bands. So yeah, that's just sort of the logo on the album there. And yeah, Flightless, I'd have to go Flightless. They're based just near me in Coburg. You know, here's some other bands, Civic, Murlocs, Leah Senior. These guys are all on Flightless. Tropical Fuckstorm, Babe Rainbow, Beans, Traffic Island, and the labels I think has folded. I'm pretty sure it's folded, and this is their last release that they've done. And it's a band called Orb, and this year's album called Tail and Ben. Killer album. So, yeah, all in all, they've released 86 albums and singles. Yeah, Flightless. Great stuff. All right, who we got now? All right, a run of 3 great singles. Well, I've gone for this 1992 classic. I'm pretty sure it was NME's album of the year, but it's Sugar, Copper Blue. You know, it's Bob Mould's band. You know, they only released 2 albums and an EP. All 3 are just brilliant, and this album is just a killer. Yeah, and the 3 singles, it basically is Helpless, awesome song. A Good Idea was the second single, and then Changes was the third single. But yeah, great album. All right. If you could be, record store day purchase you actually consistently listen to. Well, I must admit, I don't really have any record store day purchases. Not that I know of. I might have bought some secondhand and I didn't know they were, but I haven't bought any, so I'll have to skip that question. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, reincarnated as any artist, dead or alive. He died in 1978, 32 years old. He OD'd on prescribed medication for his alcoholism, but I would like to come back maybe as him. Keith Moon. Keith Moon. I think he would have had a funny, wild time. You know, just from the videos I've seen him and stuff I've read about him, he sounded like a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Even though he died from having too much fun. But yeah, that would be my choice. Keith Moon. Alright. Okay, the best 3 lines in a song. Well, I've had to take a track from this Beefheart, the classic Trout Marks replica, or some people probably will argue whether it's a classic or not. But anyway, I've taken 3 lines from one of my favourite tracks on here, and it's called Orange Claw Hammer. And this goes like, I woke up in vomit and beer in a banana bin, and a soft lass with brown skin bore me 7 babies with snapping black eyes and beautiful ebony skin. There you go. Alright, that's that. Alright, an album you never tire of. Well, I'd have to do this one. Underworld Baco Fish. 1999, just awesome. Brings back lots of good memories of the clubs back in the day, and I still whack it on now. It's still great, you know. It's got classic tracks on here like Mona, Push Upstairs, Jumbo, King of Snake. Yeah, great. And these guys have just recently released another album. What's it called? Strawberry Hotel. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, they can't do anything wrong, these dudes. Nothing. Anyway, so that's mine. And okay, and a shout out to a VC channel. Well, okay, well, I could do all the obvious ones, but I'm going to shout out to the opinionated hippie, Shaggy. This guy's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, the stuff he reviews is just phenomenal. You know, and he's big into Neil Young, Frank Zappa, King Gizzard, stuff I'm into. And yeah, and he seems just like an all-round nice guy. So yeah, the opinionated hippie. Anyway, I'll call it a day and see you next time round. Okay, thanks. Bye.